Unfortunately, you did see a crash. But again, 2 crashes in 55 hours. It's alright. It's alright. We will have lost some progress though. We haven't even moved in. Oh, I'm so mad. What, did it remember the family? Yes, it remembers the family. Alright, well, we haven't done much. So let's just do this quickly. Gunther Goth Highway. Let's do this. Oh, good. Oh, pause. At least we saved the money from the scarecrow, right? Okay, so let's get our bathroom sorted again. I'm gonna get the slightly nicer bathroom. So you don't want to put your toilet there and your sink here. It's gonna make it difficult to get around. Always think a bit more about pathing rather than how pretty things are unless you've got lots of space. I'm gonna save in case this happens again. Now I'm paranoid, of course. It's gonna ruin everything. Okay, we've got our... Oh shit. Sorry, there was a big crash in the house. No one's screaming. No, seems to be alright. Bit weird. What else did we do? Right, that's all we did, I think. Lots of talking. We were talking about getting a stove. So also under stoves are barbecues. So we've got 3 barbecues. They act a little more differently. You do need a fridge on a lot. They don't just magic up items. But I'm pretty sure it's might just be hot dogs, might be burgers. Anyway, we're going to get a stove. Hunger 5, if you're wondering. And we're going to put it facing us here. We're then going to get a fridge. So there are also pantries in with the fridge. So if you're going for the cheapest, you'll find that's actually a pantry. And if you read it, it'll say it is a pantry. This stores the produce you grow on your lot. It is not going to have the regular food that a fridge would have. So there's 2, I think the last one might be... No, there are 2 pantries. Just be aware. You're not going to get any food out of them unless you've grown some carrots or something. So this is actually the cheapest one. And I'm actually gonna move the oven there. Oh god, that looks horrible. We just have to roll with it. The colours are all off, aren't they? It's just terrible, terrible. Alright, so we are going to need some countertops. Yeah, the countertops are useful because you cannot make a full meal without the countertops. They will make a quick meal, which costs 10 simoleons. They'll get it out the fridge and go straight to the oven and cook it. But it won't give them as much, it won't feel as much hunger because you're adding together the hunger level of the oven and the fridge. But if you get them to chop up the items, sorry, I'm really distracted by the big crash in the house and I don't know what's happened. So I got a little flappy, apologies. So getting 2 of the cheapest counters. This counter, it technically is the cheapest, but as you might be able to see, it has little paw prints on the back. And it's kind of for pet shops and things like that. So that's why I didn't get that one. So yeah, if they could chop up the ingredients, you will get a boost to hunger level while it's costing exactly the same. So even just 1 is fine. I've done 2 because I'm going to put a sink down. Now they can wash their dishes in the bathroom sink for sure, but it's just they finish, they walk all the way in here. What if someone's using the bathroom? It's just better to have 2. In large appliances, there are trash compactors and dishwashers. Now, if you've got just 2 people like I have, you probably don't want to bother with them just yet. But if you have a big household, it can be good to get them quite early on because you're constantly generating a lot of rubbish and dirty dishes. Small appliances, we have the coffee machine. There's 2 coffee machines, but I don't use them because it gives you a tiny energy boost. and then immediately makes them want to pee. So I think there's some kind of judgment about coffee going on. There is a tea service, which I obviously want to get as quickly as possible. And we have a toaster oven and one microwave. And here we have the blender. Now the blender, you can see it has hunger 3. So they will use that instead of doing the chopping themselves. And that will give them that number 3 bonus. And it will be faster. But we're not going to do that just this time. Under other, we have some random items that you can explore yourselves. All right, so we've got our little kitchen set up. We've got a bathroom. We aren't going to get immediately a dining room and chairs. Obviously, it looks nicer to do that, but they don't technically need it. Remember, we're on a budget. So we're going to go straight to getting a sofa. Now, apart from the first one, all of them look fairly like indoor sofas. There is the bubble inflatable sofa, which is just like, why? Who thinks up these things? You have 2-seaters and you have 3-seaters. So we're going to go for the one that doesn't look like an outside one and is the cheapest. Comfort is only 3, and if they have a nap on it, energy is 4. It is not good. It's not good at all. But we're going for cheapest to start with. You can also get your armchairs. These are just armchairs. There's no recliners in this one. And your dining chairs as well. And that's where I found the beds too. Under other, so we've got quite an eclectic mix. We've got benches, like you might find park benches. We've got recliners here, indoor and outdoor recliners. We've got swings, like a garden swing. If you know what it is, you know what it is. I think my gran had one. And an office chair, just the one office chair. All right, I'm going to save again because I've gotten real paranoid. Excuse me. Oh, I automatically went to live mode. So what else do we need, would you say? They can sit down. Oh, the bookcase. Bookcase is always a first buy. Oh, sorry, I'm rushing through it and I shouldn't. I'm supposed to be showing you what it is. So the bookcase is under miscellaneous. And you can see the subcategories of recreation, knowledge, creativity, and wardrobe. Underneath that, you've got pets and magic and other. So we're going to click on knowledge. Here we've got mostly bookcases, but we've also got things like chess sets, a draft table, we've got a telescope, and there's a cookbook and a chemistry set as well. So we're not going to go for the very cheapest bookshelf because it just looks awful. It's built with like planks and breeze blocks. I don't know. So we'll go with the next one, the cheap pine bookcase. And I'm quite vexed at the judgment the game places on how much fun you can get out of books. I love books. I think everyone should love books because they are full of all of the subjects of the entire world. And how can you say you don't like that? Yes, I know some people don't enjoy reading, and that's a big shame. I know it's kind of like it's a skill you can kind of learn early on. The earlier you've learned and the more often you were reading when you were a child really plays into how much you're going to do it when you're older. It just does. So if you're not into it, I understand. But my point is, this bookcase has a fun level of 1. And I'm like, okay, maybe they bought boring books. But the most expensive bookcase has fun 3. 3 out of 10. I'm like, you've not been reading the right books. If we're going to compare it to, where is it? Quickly, I'll show you this better in a minute. We're going to go into television. The most expensive television gives you a fun of 8. 8. I'm literally going to learn how to mod just to make the bookcase incredibly fun. I mean, maybe they thought, oh, you know, the bookcase is supposed to be for learning. You're not supposed to be enjoying your learning. Because the reason why I buy the bookcase straight off is because here is where you will study cooking, and you can study mechanical as well. But cooking is the main one starting out. Hi, Evanillo. I recognise the name from a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, I sound like an old person because I basically am an old person in internet years. I don't like reading on phones or tablets or Kindles or any of that. It makes my eyes go funny. And yet I know there are eye comfort modes, but no, I enjoy turning a page. And also books smell. They smell nice. Some of them smell a bit gross, actually. Let's be honest. But yeah, so it's just what you've been raised with. If you've been raised reading books on your phone, then have at it. At least you're reading, and that's the main thing. But yeah, judgment on the book thing. But it's probably not that they thought books are boring. It's probably what I said before, because it is a learning item and they don't want to make the game easy. It is tough as nails. I'm still complaining. I'm still going to change it because it's my game, so you can't stop me, Maxis. All right, what else have we not looked at? We've not really looked at surfaces. I zoinked in quickly to grab the counters. We got countertops. We have tables. We'll see if I pick one up depending on what money we have left after buying our terrible, terrible items that are really cheap. We have end tables. And we have desks. We don't have coffee tables. That's not a thing here. Under other, we have like shelves and picnic tables and booths. Sorry, I'm just getting really dry really quickly. I am going to get an end table to put by the door. I won't get the cheapest one because that is literally a bale of hay. I'll get this one, this rather boring one, but it's got a drawer and it's got a cupboard. Very useful stuff. I'm putting it there because they will get a paper and a magazine, and I just hate things lying around on the floor. Oh, you're playing the witness, are you? Well, rather you than me. The workings of the mind of people who can do puzzles is a mystery to me. I can't do puzzles. My head can't do it. Decorative. I don't usually get much decorative. I should, but I get kind of overwhelmed by all the options. Like I said, I'm not a builder. I'm not an interior decorator in The Sims. Obviously, I'm not in real life either. Maybe it's not obvious. Who knows? But I just look at it and I'm like, oh, no, I'm bored. I want to play the game. So I might just buy one or two and that's it. But yeah, you could, make a really nice looking house, and by all means do, and show me your pictures because I could sure use the inspiration. Some of these paintings do more than just look good. Yeah, I am aware the Sims 4 does not have spiral staircases, but honestly, the laundry list of things The Sims 4 didn't have for a long time and still doesn't have is quite ridiculous. Thank goodness for mods, that's what we can say. So unless they start crying about it, if you're wondering, the two of the paintings that do something more are the Tragic Clown painting and the Forgotten Guinea Pig. The Forgotten Guinea Pig also comes with a poem. There you go, if you feel like some poetry, but I'm just saying, not all of the items are quite as they appear. Oh, there's one other, but I'm going to leave you to find that for yourself. Does The Sims 3 have spiral staircases? Oof. It's been a while. It's been a while. I would have to look that up, I'm afraid, Evan. Yeah, can't help you off the top of my head, I'm afraid. I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, we have sculptures, which is a loose term for just random crap you can have lying around. You can buy a sheaf of wheat, a giant teddy bear, some modern art, a sundial, we've got a head in a jar here. So sculpture, maybe. We're going to put down the classic, the Sims 1 classic of the flamingo, and we're going to put that outside. It's important to have one. It's tradition. We have rugs, not many rugs at all, but a steep leap in price, and 4 of them are skins. They have mentioned they are faux bear skins and things, so they're not pretending to be real. It's not that old a game, but it still creeps me out. The crappiest one is the Scraps Ranch rag rug. It's got holes in it. You could create a proper crappy looking house too, which it seems like I'm really trying to do. But sometimes no rug is better than a rug. If I put it here, I'm just asking for a fire. Everything is very, very easy to set things on fire, like I said. Be very careful. Plants, again, not as many as you might imagine. You do have hanging plants though, which could be useful in a smaller house. Here we have my hacked item, which we're not going to use yet. We will get round to it, maybe. And in other, we have a bunch of random things. We have, these could have been in fences, but you could buy several of them and create a kind of flowery fence. We've got a small amount of blinds and curtains. There's a clock. There's the fish tank, which a lot of people will spam because it boosts fun. Even though it's got fun 1, it boosts the fun really, really quickly. So if you line up watch fish over and over and over and over again, their fun levels will rise quite quickly. But I don't like things like that. I prefer to cheat in other ways. You got a giant pumpkin head. When you put it out, it does flicker, which is lovely. And we've got fountains as well, so we're looking pretty posh there. Obviously, we don't want to do things like that. Maybe we'll get one plant just to make them happy. We'll get the cheapest hanging plant, which is this hanging fern, which is rather lovely. There, fixed. Pretty house is go. Under the electronics tab, we have several subsections. We have entertainment, video, audio, phones, and other. Again, it can be misleading the way they list them. There are some wacky Sims. The first Sims is the wackiest. They get less and less wacky as time goes by, sadly. But Sims 1 is really out there with just the random ass things it has. It has a VR headset, which at the time, this was insane. Like, a VR headset, it was so futuristic. Now we're like, they're just really heavy on your head and it's just not comfortable. We have a dancing cage. They will get in and lights will flash and they'll boogie and get some fun. It's just, it's not supposed to be something you put in your house, but obviously people do, because you can. In the video subcategory, we have our computers as well as our televisions. So the cheapest one is actually a black and white TV, fun too, but it's a group activity. When you're starting out, it's always good to get fun that also is a group activity, because then you've got one item that can raise the fun level of several Sims rather than them having to use one item at a time. I'm not going to get anything just yet. No VR headset in The Sims 4. No. Here we have our stereos. We even have a jukebox and a 70s style one. Really chunky items there. I don't like having TVs because they're so noisy. It really it floods me a bit too much with noise and it makes me quite stressed, but I inevitably put them in because it does raise their fun levels quickly and I just grit my teeth. Phones then, we have a proper old-timey phone, which that just looks lovely. It's a recycled payphone, it says. But I always go for the one that goes on the wall because even though it's not the cheapest, once you've bought a table to put the phone on, it becomes more expensive. So we're going to put it here so they can run down the stairs and grab the phone like total weirdos. I mean, who answers their phone, really, without screening or anything? Under other, this is very important because this is where you're going to find your smoke alarm. Absolutely a first purchase. Okay, is this, I hope it will count as covering both ends of the house and not decide it's too far away. We'll see, I guess. We've also got the smoke alarm. The minute you get anything slightly decent, the burglar will come. They just will. And they will come when you're asleep and you can't do anything about it. So a burglar alarm is also very useful. There are a lot of people who will actually put the burglar alarm outside because then it will go, it will set off earlier and that means the police will come earlier. So it's a bit weird, but it does work. We have a front door and a back door, so I'm probably going to put one on the front, on the back. We don't have anything particularly nice right now, but I know I'll just forget otherwise. So front and back. Boop. There is an alarm clock This is very useful if you have one sim in a room or you have multiple sims who all have to get up at the same time, because it will go off for everybody's time to get up. And if you're like, your job times are not the same, then your sims are going to be getting woken up, and it's very annoying. It will wake the sims up 2 hours before the carpool. A little excessive in my opinion, but that's what it does. There is also, I think this is the robot. Yeah, you can buy a robot that will come out and clean for you if you've got loads and loads of money. That's the thing that they have. I think we covered appliances. We did a quick round. Let's go back to plumbing. Obviously, toilets are toilets. It goes from a crappy airplane toilet all the way up to gold-plated toilet. Very comfortable. Showers and tubs. You have separate showers and baths. You have two that are integrated. Always very useful. Shower is faster, but the bath will build comfort. And comfort is one of the hardest ones to keep up in the early days. There are these aren't hot tubs, but they are gigantic baths, so I just call them hot tubs. Yeah, that's the stuff. Lots of space needed there. You've got your sinks, either a standalone sink or a sink that will have to go on top of a countertop. And you have got the hot tubs. And the classic hot tub, of course, is the Niagara Love Tub, introduced in the Hot Date expansion pack. Comfort 5, Hygiene 2, Fun 3, can only be used by adults. Group activity. Draw your own conclusions. I think they took it a bit further in Sims 2, where the Sims can actually woohoo in the hot tub. But there is no woohoo in The Sims 1. It wasn't a thing. Woohoo was introduced in Sims 2, in fact. There you go. Might have known that. Are you wondering about procreation, perhaps? Well, don't be, because it's rubbish. Basically, if two of your Sims have a high enough relationship, have to have a very high relationship, that's daily relationship and the long-term relationship, because you have two values. One of them will you'll get a pop-up and saying, oh, would you like to have a baby? Or you'll get a phone call saying, would you like to adopt a baby? And if you say yes, a bassinet will appear. And the baby will basically be treated like an object in the game. You have to pick it up and care for it, but it's not a sim in your household yet. After, I think it's 3 days, it will turn into a child. And then it will become part of your household, and it will stay a child for the rest of the gameplay, because as I said before, there is no aging, and that's it. So it's all very prim and proper. The other tab of plumbing, you've got outdoor toilets, you've got a urinal, and at the end you've got some spa items. You've got a mud bath and a steamer thing. So yeah, don't just assume what's in there. There's some really wacky ass stuff going on. It's brilliant. Lighting, we should probably have some lights. We don't want people bumping into each other or falling over. There's a mod in Sims 4 to revert babies to objects. Wow, that says something, doesn't it? Yeah, it was a big deal. I mean, it's hard to imagine now, but when I got The Sims 2, after playing this game for several years, and aging was added, and I was like, that's amazing, aging. And then you would have a baby, and it would be an actual baby who would, it would just lie there and wave its arms around because it's a baby, what do you want from it? But then it would turn into a toddler, and then it would have, it would crawl around. You could teach it things. You could teach it to walk and talk. You throw it around, nicely. You could buy items so it could learn charisma and logic, before it had grown up. Was it charisma, logic, and creativity? Yeah, there was a little xylophone. So, yeah, there was a lot more preparation for the toddler stage, and then they would grow up into the children, and it was just such a huge difference when we got to The Sims 2. But it doesn't mean that I don't like Sims 1. It has a special place in my heart. Oh, I got one of those things. Whoop. Thank you for the follow, Evan. I appreciate it. Lighting then. So we have table lamps, standing lamps, wall lamps, hanging lamps, and of course other. I'm going to avoid table lamps for now. Eventually it will want to get like end. Oh, I didn't buy beds. That was before the crash. Let's do another save because I said crash. Indeed, Evan, indeed. Actually, it's not supposed to be that alert sound. What my alert sound broke. I had a thunder crash, and the wolf howl is supposed to be for subs, but I don't know what happened to that. I have to get my Music Man on it. Comic Sans pause menu. Obviously, the coolest people use Comic Sans. Let's get those beds back up then. Crap bed number 1. Again, don't do this. Buy the best beds you can, otherwise they're going to be sleeping forever, and it's just going to be very boring. Don't do what I'm doing right now. So yeah, I will buy end tables, and I will get them table lamps, and it'll all look very cozy. Stand lamps just take up too much space, but if you've got little amount of things like I have, it's all right. If we're looking at the cheapest stand lamp, it's kind of beige, just to really punish you for being poor. And it looks like this. Boop. I'll put another one over here. Boop. I don't know why I'm doing sound effects. For some reason, the third cheapest lamp is this monstrosity, which seems to be 2 golden cupids hugging around the pole, and the lampshade is leopard print. It is horrific and hilarious, and there are certain Sims who would love it. But yeah, you got your stand lamps all the way up to studio lighting right at the end there. Yeah, there's some proper hideous stuff. So I generally go with the hanging lamps. They're out of the way and not too expensive. The cheapest one is bright red, which is a problem, but I'm going to put it in the kitchen. And then we're going to pop upstairs, yoink, and get the less virulent one for... I know they're not really going to trip over their feet, but I do believe lighting plays some difference. Like, I know that the more like, if you don't have many windows and doors, so light isn't coming in, then the environment score is lower. So I assume that extends to actually having light when it's dark. I'm going to put some wall lamps in the smaller rooms. So we've got some clearly meant for the outdoors. I'm going to skip right to the third one, which is not great, but I swear I've seen this in IKEA. Yes, I'm allowed to do IKEA shade because I live in Sweden. So we'll put one there and one in the bathroom upstairs, just so you can get a really, really nasty light, overly bright light when you're in the bathroom. That's what it's all about. And one for the child. There you go. Oh, the parent doesn't have anything. I'm going to get a stand lamp in here. There you go. This is very much the just moved in, the trucks haven't arrived yet. This is what we got from the second-hand shop. See, we are down to 840 simoleons out of our 6,000 already. It's tough times, tough economy over in The Sims. So we've got some lighting. Further down the line, we get some lights for outside. You want it to look nice and cozy. Put some lights out so they can do some outdoor gardening at night. Yeah, that's what we want. Oh, I didn't show you the other tab, did I? The other tab, it's outdoor lights. This one's quite chill. You know, nothing too wacky. Delicious fluorescence. Yeah, I look my best in fluorescent light. Yeah. Miscellaneous tab. Let's check out recreation. So this is where we're going to find the toy box, which I hear children like toys. So I'm so smooth. I will put it slightly away from the fire because we're not that kind of channel. There are many channels devoted to all the different ways you can torment your Sims, but I tried it once as a kid and, well, a teenager. It's just not for me. I'm too empathetic. This is the fireworks kit. It is very dangerous, as I found out for one of my own Sims. Set off a firework and it landed on her head, set her on fire, and there was no one else on the lot because she lived alone, and yep, she burned to death. And then the Grim Reaper comes along, and he's much spookier in this one, by the way. He is really spooky. How I wasn't terrified. Well, I was a teenager, so I handled him. We have things like the volleyball net. Fun for group activity. The volleyball net cannot be used by one Sim. This may be obvious to some people, but you never know. Just saying. You need at least 2 people. God, my voice is going already. How are we doing for time? I did promise to finish on time today because yeah, we're just knackered at the moment with dog problems. So we're not going to get that. We have a doll's house, but she's already got a toy box. I mean, what is this? We have a massage table, a campfire. I might get the campfire, even though it's only comfort 2 and fun 2, just because I like the campfire. I will put it over here. They will light it, they can toast marshmallows, they can tell stories, and they can sing songs where someone will just pull a guitar out of their back pocket and start playing songs. You're like, fair enough. Bolt. I'm so glad you're still in existence. It's been a hot minute. There is, okay, here, I've got to show you this one. The quote-unquote bubble blower. I can't pick it up because we don't have enough money. We've only got 308. Oh, maybe I was being frivolous. No, I have to sell the campfire, sorry. Yes, a bunch of stones is 482. Yeah, 482 is weirdly specific, isn't it? No sports together in Sims 4, huh? Yeah, but what I understand in Sims 4, it's a very different kind of game. I mean, it's not even in the main storyline, as it were. It seems to be more classic Dollhouse. It's more about, it's really good for building, and if you want to place your Sims in certain positions and take pictures of them and do CAS. That's my impression. I've not played it because at the time I refused to give them any more money for The Sims after the disastrous bugginess of Sims 3. I of course caved when they re-released Sims 1 and 2 because... Anyway, the bubble blower. I can pick it up now and show you. So it looks like that. And it's a bubble blower, so they will sit there, they will use the little pipes and and bubbles will come out of the top. It's all very innocent, except they get uncontrollable giggles for some reason. Can't think why. I guess they just find bubbles really, really funny. But you need mods to take the pictures. Oh, my mistake. I don't know what the point is. I have no desire to play Sims 4. I'm absolutely happy with all of my other Sims. Even though The Sims 3 needs to be modded to high hell to play it without it breaking. It's still a really good game once you've done it. What else have we got? We've got a foosball table. We've got billiard table. We haven't... The next step up from the bubble blower is the oxygen bar. So they sit around it and put masks on their face and just huff oxygen, and it's something else. There's even a full-on aquarium that they can get into and swim around. This is a skydiving area, I guess. They could do some skydiving. Well, but why not? Why not? Just go crazy with it. We looked at the knowledge tab already. Creativity's actually more diverse than in Sims 2. I was complaining last week because The Sims 2 has your easel and then everything else is music. And it's fine if your Sims are like into music or you play them that way. I do like to do my stories. But oh my god, the noise. When you have Sims talking, then there's someone playing an electric guitar, then the TV's on, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna cry. It's just too much. So it's a bit frustrating that in The Sims, I don't know why I'm talking about The Sims 2, it's just hard, isn't it, to not link them together. Here we have an easel. I do want to get it. You got fun too, and it builds creativity, but 790 is not much at all. We'll hold off for now. We've only actually got a quarter of an hour left, sadly. So as I predicted, we are not going to get into gameplay. Yeah, so we got the electric guitar and a bunch of pianos. Then we got these two ones in the middle. A woodworking table where you can only make gnomes. It doesn't give you any fun. It doesn't actually give you any creativity, despite being in the creativity category. It builds mechanical, and you can just have them make gnomes over and over and then sell the gnomes. So while there's no home business like in The Sims 2 and 3, you can make your own. It's painstaking. Or if you're that way inclined, you can make a gargoyle instead. Because why not? This is what I've been waiting to spend some money on. I find it important in the wardrobe section. We have wardrobes, but we also have mirrors. We are going to get a mirror, and I'm not going to put it in the bathroom where I'd like to put it, because the mirror also builds charisma. And if someone wants to train their charisma and they can't do it because someone else is in the bathroom, that's just not working out. So I'm just going to plonk it over here so they can talk to themselves. That's fine. In this section, there is a costume dressing up box as well. That's the only wacky thing there. Really? I didn't realise that Sims 4 needed mods so badly. I guess I just assumed people must love building and that's why they play it. But yes, I mean, Sims 3 literally cannot be played without some mods because it's too broken. It's an embarrassment. And then, of course, I add loads of other mods for well, it's for story reasons actually. I don't do anything really weird, just to make things make more sense. Anyway, that's the Sims 3. Whether I do an intro on Sims 3, I don't know because that's just a lot. Okay, in the other section, we have a plate of cookies. These are very important. They do something special when combined with 2 other items at a certain time of day. Yeah, I'm just dropping these mysteries for you. Here is where we'll also pick up our rubbish bin. Otherwise, if they're neat, they will not want to put their rubbish on the floor. They will walk all the way out the house and go to the dustbin at the side of the road. If they are sloppy, or even just kind of vaguely not tidy, they'll just drop it on the floor. It's gross. They'll just drop it on the floor. Well, EA used to release games you don't need mods for. I don't need mods for Sims 2. Just not anymore. You've got balloons, but these balloons will pop. So don't, if you're having a party, don't get them too soon. You have the voodoo doll, but it's only got a fun level of 1. So it's basically a bit of a gimmick. You can buy a turkey dinner. You can buy a cage with a guinea pig. A genie lamp. You can buy a butter churn. A grape pressing machine. Here is the one exercise. This is where you find your exercise items as well in the other tab of miscellaneous. So the cheapest exercising, if you don't have a pool, is the exercise machine costing 700 simoleons. It doesn't give them anything other than a body. They don't enjoy it because, I mean, why would you? Here you'll find bars as well. You've got the crystal ball. Don't assume these things are decorative. They are not in the decorative item area, and there is a reason for it. They are all interactable in certain ways, except maybe the velvet ropes. I don't think the velvet ropes do anything. We have a beehive. We have a nectar bar, which they call it because they can't call it wine. Because, you know, think of the children. I love this game so much. We have the pets tab. You can buy a teeny tiny fish bowl, but then you have to go and buy a fish. You could just buy the fish from the decorative thing, but they're not real fish. It's a thing. All the things, you know, beds, food bowls. You can get a parrot if you want, if that's your thing. What else? And the magic tab. Some of these you will get anyway, so don't just rush to buy things. There is a wand charger for children. So children with wands would use this one. He looks like a newt. So there you go. We've got spell books. We have the skeleton closet. I'm going to leave that for you. You might know what it is already if you've got Sims 2. I think it might be in Sims 3 as well. Yeah, you've got a spinning wheel. You can create thread. You can do magic tricks. While there's not a lot of diversity in like the basic things like plants and things, you just get so many weird ass things. It doesn't matter. It's just, I feel that every single Sims game plays in a different way and is there for a different purpose. And this one's just be weird. But I'm not very good at being that kind of weird. You didn't know about mods as a 14-year-old? I think I actually modded Sims 1. I think I bought more hairstyles, not individual hairs. I'm reluctant to go to live mode because we do need to finish in 10 minutes, but I will go to show you what's going on. So the first thing we're going to... I'll show you. We've got to do this properly. We're checking out all the UI. Let's do this properly. Serious voice. So you have the panel with the portraits in. Clicking on the portraits will select your sim. If your sim isn't centered, you can double click and it will be centered immediately. Obviously the classic plumb bob, if you know the Sims, you know what this means. It's green, they are happy. We have mood here. So we see all these green bars, or it could go down into the red. I'm gonna unpause just so you can see them moving around for something to look at. Immediately, we're going to have Jakob study cooking. Oh, I'm sorry. He was being very rude because we made him sloppy sim. So when you click on the bookshelf, you can see you can study cooking, you can study mechanical, or you can read a book for that fun of one. Hooray. But he's going to study cooking. So we've got a pop-up saying that the school bus will arrive in an hour. You always want to get... Oh, she hates the sofa. Yeah, I understand. It's really cheap. You see that she's making her opinion known. You always want them to study cooking first, at least in Sims 1 and 2. It makes them less likely to set things on fire when they cook, basically. If they have a level of 2... Oh, she approves of the sink. Thank you. If they have a cooking level of 2, then they're probably going to be okay. If you leave them on cooking 0, they will set fire every single time, and it is tedious. Especially if you haven't remembered to get your smoke alarm, because they're really rubbish in an emergency. Alright, so you can hear Jakob going, oh, interesting. And you can see his skill bar is raising. You can see Sif, the kid, she couldn't reach the sink properly, so she's got this little stool that she steps on to wash her hands. And now she's going to head off to school. Bus arrives at 8 a.m. She'll be back at 3. Anyway, back to the UI. Hi, Narai, you make it right at the end there. I'm very tired, let's be honest. And we have a pop-up. This is really nice. I like this. It pops up and says they have gotten their skill point. Because in The Sims 2, which I've been playing recently, you just get a pop-up notification in the top right and you can ignore it. You can miss it. This way you know he's done. He will continue, but if I now were to tell him to go and do something else, like put the fire on, he will stop. In Sims 2, you would have to tell him to stop reading the book before he does it. Now continue cooking. Studying cooking, sorry. Let's see how long it takes for a fire to begin. Alright, so we don't have much time, we better carry on. We're going to start with the personality tab. We know what this is because we did this at the beginning. You can check out the personality of your sim if you've forgotten. If you click on the astrological sign, don't scroll over to it. It will tell you what a Libra is like in this case. And it will tell you what signs they're compatible with and less compatible with. This is really useful for forging friendships. As I said before, motives drop very, very quickly. So you really want to maximize that time. You don't want to waste time making friends with someone you're not compatible with, if that's how you want to play it. You can also click on each individual personality trait, and it will tell you if, when the points are far one way or the other, it will describe you. I'm going to pause. This is getting a bit too much. So in this case, we didn't give him much in the way of neat points. So it says that he's a slob. I occasionally leave a pizza box or 2 lying around, and I don't mind the flies buzzing all over. Why clean up when everyone else is willing to do it? So it'll give you a little bit of flavour and, describe it. Like, he's a member of the crowd with his outgoingness. He's laid back activity-wise. Amused is an average level between serious and playful. And he's compassionate. He likes giving hugs and compliments. So here's a tip. I actually found out this out quite recently. It just wasn't something I thought to look up. If a sim has at least 7 points in a skill, in a personality trait, it can affect how quickly they learn certain skills. So an active sim, that is one who had at least 7 points in activity, they will learn the body skill faster. I can't remember any others off the top of my head. I think the outgoing Sims make friends faster, the neat Sims clean faster. I think that there's something else. You can look it up, but that's good to know. The astrology thing, yeah, I mean, in Sims 1 and 2, the astrological signs have an effect on the relationships with others. I think they removed it in Sims 3 for a different system. So we have interests up here with the speech bubble. And so you can see that this is, when it says interest, these are the things they like to talk about. It doesn't necessarily mean like, I hate music because there's only one point in it. It means they're not interested in talking about it. I like to, hang on, touching the microphone. I like to use the interests to gauge like what job they might want to get. Like if I see that I know I just contradicted myself, but if I see I will say, oh, he's not interested in music, he's not going to become a musician. It's how I insert some extra personality. And there's, all the way along here, I just had to click. To get to the second page, we've got things like food, parties, style, romance, technology, Hollywood, travel, weather, at the outdoors, all sorts. So when they're having conversation, this will be the second thing that judges relationships. You'll have the zodiac signs, and then you'll have interests, matching interests in conversations. You will build your relationships faster. So there, I didn't have something after so there, I don't know. You have the relationships tab at the moment. He's just got a little sip here with a basic level of 2020. There are two values. The upper value is the daily amount. The lower is the lifetime relationship. So you'll notice that the lower number will raise more slowly than the top one, and the top one will fluctuate more. When he knows more people, you can sort the people so you can find them quicker. You could click just on family, friends only, the only famous people. Yeah, that's the thing. Then we have the job tab at the moment. You can see he's unemployed. Again, click on it. Click on all the writing because you are probably going to get a pop-up that will help you out. It says unemployment, a desired state for some and a dreaded state for others. The newspaper or a computer can always be used to find a job. See, it looked like it was just text, but we clicked on it and now we have a tip. It will show you underneath how much they earn a day, and underneath that, their performance level. How well they're doing at their jobs, how close they are to promotion. And this is where you find their skills. So skills are under job: cooking, mechanical, charisma, body, logic, and creativity. Again, you can click on them. It will tell you how you could build the skill and what it's used for. Averting kitchen disasters in this case. Mechanical, so you can repair things around the home. And you can see in this body one, it actually says the skill is especially, yeah, I'm losing it, this is why I have to stop soon. The skill is especially valued in the pro athlete and military career tracks. So lots of tips there. It really does help you out. You have an inventory. So you have all, other items. There's me thinking I know what I'm talking about. We have ingredients and we have magic items. That will become more clear as you play and you pick up these things. And down here we've got house. This will tell you the square footage of your house, which you can click on as well. The size of your house is important to The Sims. Just, like with a lot of people, more space, people will enjoy it. How many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, the general size of the lot. And you can see here, The Sims here do not like the layout. There are no points in layout. And that's important for if you're doing your own building as well. If you want your Sims to be happier with the environment, get them a good layout so they can get from one place to the other quickly, get to what they want to do easily. We've got upkeep, so if things are broken, this will go down. This will go up and down quite a lot. We've got the yard, as Americans say, or the garden, as I would say. How the landscape is doing. Apparently, they're really judgy. I mean, look, we've got this lovely orchard. What do they want? Jeez. Sims are tricky. We have furnishings. Obviously, they're not impressed with the furnishings because we just got a load of cheap crap. But the size is good for them. They're happy with the size of the house. And again, I'm going to say this again just because I really miss it from all of the other Sims. You can click on the family funds to get your budget. So we've just moved in. And you can see so far we've spent 5,486 simoleons on household items. And we got nothing in, so it's a big old red. I don't know why I find that satisfying, I just do. I don't think we actually talked about needs exactly. But here we have hunger, comfort, hygiene, bladder, energy, fun, social, and room. I do prefer saying environment to room, but I don't. Again, click on it. It can give you some tips. Energy, you can sleep in a bed, nap on a couch, have a hot cup of coffee. We talked about coffee earlier. Got the social bar, yeah. It will give you lots of tips. It's so helpful, this game for tips. I keep wanting to press WASD. So, something's happening. And I know we're supposed to stop soon, but I'm just going to show this little bit. We have Nancy, the paper girl, the eternal paper girl. She has now brought a newspaper and a Hollywood magazine. So they went a bit crazy with the Superstar expansion pack where you can go out and become famous. And now everyone has to have this bloody magazine. More things to throw away. You've got your mailbox, which is important for bills, basically. You want to keep an eye on that. And now we can see, yes, it's the woman of the moment, of the franchise. Bella Goth is coming over to welcome us. We haven't made any food either. Ordinarily, if I was doing this, I would have had him make some food to prepare for the guests. When guests arrive, they will be hungry. So you talk to them a bit, you want to give them some food, then you want to leave them and so they can go to the bathroom, then you want to do something fun. There's a lot of tips out there to min-max things and be very efficient, but I don't find those very organic. I'm going to tell him to stop cooking. Oh, Mortimer's coming as well. How lovely. Right at the end of the stream, we get the goths coming around. So he's going to click on Bella and greet. He can wave or he can shake hands. You cannot greet everyone like you can in other Sims games. Like now, Mortimer's going to ring the bell as if he came round without his wife. Now I will click and greet him as well. Otherwise, he will keep ringing the doorbell and eventually he'll wander off. This is as far as I can zoom in. I have seen other people can zoom in further. I'm not quite sure how. So they are appreciating saying hello. I'm now going to get him to click on the newspaper. Well, I'm clicking on the newspaper and get a job. I haven't really looked at his... That's the most annoying noise ever. So Mortimer in The Sims 1 has this terrible habit of whipping out his little puppet and teasing the other person with it. He thinks it's fun. I find it really annoying and a lot of other Sims do. So we've got the SimCity Times. So the paper will give you one job. It will offer you one job. A computer will offer you 3 jobs, just so you know. So in this case, it's for the law enforcement career track for a security guard. He would work from midnight till 6 a.m, get 240 a day. And what you saw happen there was he got bored with waiting. I wasn't doing anything, so he decided to move on. That'll happen. So you see Mortimer and Bella having a chat. Bella likes sports, as you saw. Mortimer doesn't, so he was like shutting that down. You could also see from his body language that he wasn't into it. You know, he folded his arms, looked away, tapped his foot. He wasn't interested in the conversation. We will take the job. I don't know whether he's into it, but I'll take it anyway. We need the money. And a car will be sent an hour before. And you get a little, yay, you got a job sound effect. So now he's going to go and chat to his guests. Well, it's polite, I hear. Sounded like prawns with the Swedish. What? Sorry, Naraya, I've seen like a very short clip of the Swedish, just because I'm supposed to know. Oh. Sims are much harder to control in The Sims 1. They will get bored, basically, really quickly. I don't know if you just saw Mortimer twitched then, which means he had queued up something. Oh, there it went. Oh, that's what it is. So I queued up for him to talk to Mortimer. So Mortimer was waiting to be talked to, but my sim took too long, so Mortimer cancelled the action, which meant when my sim stopped talking to Bella, the action had stopped. So I had to do it again. It's a lot more micromanaging. And here we are, looking at the needs going down. His fun is very low. I've not bought anything for fun, I don't think. No, I changed my mind. I was like, no fun for you. And the room score is low, which makes me pretty sad because I'm like, look at all these lovely trees. Maybe he's just not an outside sort of person. Amazingly enough, the fire has gone out. That's not amazing, but it didn't catch on fire. That's amazing. Wow, wow. So now I'm going to get him to go and serve lunch. This will cost 20 simoleons and will create 6 servings. That's all you can do. Otherwise, he's got a choice of, it says have lunch, which means he would make one plate of food for 10 simoleons. He could have a quick lunch. That would also be 10 simoleons and one plate of food, but it won't fill him up as much. And the last one was have a snack, which is obviously just a little bit. We've got a stray cat has appeared, Fluffy. I think Mortimer quite likes cats. His parents have... Oh, no, that was Jakob chopping his hand. His parents have cats, so they got on quite well there. So you will get stray animals coming along. It can get annoying to have the stray animals because they will just pee everywhere. If you don't like it, you can actually buy a sign telling pets to leave your lot. So at the moment I'm just showing you some of the movements, you're watching what's going on, what they decide to do when free will is on. So he's now made food. He's not hungry, but they've got food if they want. They've got nowhere to sit apart from the sofa. I should get him something to have fun with though, shouldn't I? Unfortunately, the best thing on a short notice is the television, and I hate it because it's so loud. Otherwise, I'd have to be going for, we've got the campfire, but that's 482. We've only got 640 left. The easel is it's 2, but it's not a group activity. So the crappy black and white telly is 85, fun 2. Fun 4 for the colour television, but then we've only got 140 simoleons left. Wow. What do you mean cats going? Oh, the sign, Snoom. No. There's a picture of an animal and a big cross through it, so they can obviously recognise symbols. So unfortunately, while I like them looking at the cosy fire, I'm going to get the noisy TV. Why is everyone turning up when I'm about to finish? This is rubbish. Keep them wanting more. So now we've only got 140 simoleons remaining. So I'm going to go 10 on the telly. The game will warn you when your funds are low. Basically tell you to, either get a job or sell some stuff. Your funds are low. You need to be able to pay your bills. So the noise. I'm just going to turn the FX down. It's a horrible noise. So you have different channels. I've found that active sims like watching action, and that's what it defaults to. Playful sims like watching cartoons. Mean sims like watching horror. Romance, I'm not quite sure. I'm going to go with romance. What does he think about romance? In his interests, it is 0. A lot of the sims have 0 in romance because it was added later on. It wasn't quite implemented very great. Okay, they've just had their food. Now they're playing with the cat. He's going to ask, missed her head, Bella to come watch TV. So they can now watch TV together and have a conversation at the same time. So they're boosting their social and their fun at the same time. So if I click him again, Mortimer that is, you can see all the options that you've got. I could have just told him to sit down next to me. I can invite him to Old Town or downtown. I could give him a range of compliments. There's entertainment, there's flirting, there's talking, and there's saying goodbye. So those are our options. We can also brag, which is not a default thing, I think, in the later Sims. You can see they're talking about their interests. It will come up in their little speech bubbles, and if they don't like it, they'll be cross. So you can see Mortimer doesn't enjoy parties, or he's changed the subject to politics. I've clicked on my own sim, and you can change the topic. So you can, in this situation, you can manipulate the conversation a little bit to better boost... oh no, Bella doesn't like politics. This is a tough one. So fun has been boosted quite well now, but bladder is low. Okay, that's not that funny. Calm down. So he's going to go to the bathroom, and unfortunately most Sims, unless they're really neat, will not wash their hands. So I have to tell them it's like baby time here. Calm down. Calm down. Stop it. This is a romance. Why are you laughing so much? He's having a great time. Alright, I think that's all we have time for today. I'm trying to conserve my energy for the inevitable getting up in the middle of the night to take the dog out because she's not well. So yay. Woohoo. I feel very awake. This is Scratching the Surface. We have introduced a lot of the basic mechanics. Oh, the kid's home. Hello, kid. Introduced the basic mechanics. We've gone over all the UI, build mode, buy mode, live mode, all the different stuff that you can find. Oh, she's not. She's going to go and play with her toys, I've decided. And the cat, yeah, the strays will walk into your house. You can shoo them out. Actually, it's a bit of a free-for-all. There is a lot more. Obviously, we've only just got into the gameplay. We'll see whether or not I come back and like introduce more things. It's just because of the re-releases. I thought maybe some people would like to know what's going on. If you did arrive late and you're wondering what happened, the VOD will be around for 2 weeks. I'm going to save because we did have that one crash. Just to reiterate what I said right at the beginning, because of the change in the Twitch policy, a lot of my videos are gone from the channel. Just going to go out here. There we go. A lot of my videos, yeah, are gone from the channel, but they are not gone forever. I have transferred them over to YouTube, and I will be opening up all those videos to the public probably tomorrow. So if there's old ones you want to see, or if you've missed the VOD and it's been 2 weeks and you want to catch up on something, I will be loading them all up there. It's not anything fancy, you know, I'm not a YouTuber, I don't do all fancy editing. It's just going to be the highlights, and it's just going to be people who might want to see some more. So they will still be